Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. The Braves take Game 1 of the World Series. Hot boy ep, let's get it. Hello and welcome back to Talkin Baseball. Myself, Jake Ronald Storielli. It was supposed to be Jake Charles. Was born on my Uncle Ronnie's birthday, so they went Jake Ronald. Trevor Plouffe out in L.A. getting nasty in Calabasas. BBD is here. Jomboy will be joining us soon. He was at the baby doctor. He said punch it. He should be en route. So hopefully we'll get him at the midway point or so. But for now, Trevor Plouffe, we're coming live from the DraftKings studio. You're coming live, I think, Magnum Plouffe studio. How you doing, big dog? We're getting a step closer to Braves in 6.
Look out. Don't do it too quickly, Braves. Don't do it in 4 or 5.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I'm happy to be here. I got the chat popped out, already all up in it. But I'm so excited to be with my boys. I hope Jim makes it. Hope he gets here. We need to have our guy. But in the meantime, I think we have some fun stuff. I can't wait to hear your burn. The Braves came out freaking hot. Like hotter than hot. Yeah. How do you do it? But, man, talking baseball. Tomorrow, guess what tomorrow is, Jake?
What's tomorrow, Trev?
Episode 420. It's 420 Eve on Talking Baseball.
Wow.
BBD, I want to hear about you, man. How you doing?
Doing very well. Got to switch the headphone thing so I'm not getting an echo of myself. We're all on the Braves in 6 train, and that was a big step last night. So
I'm a little worried for you, Trev. I think we do have to root Houston for a little bit. We got to get those two. That's kind of the concern at this point. Man, fun World Series Game 1. At least the start of it. It was electric. Thanks to everyone that was streaming with us and Rosie. We'll be doing it again tonight. Come join us. If you're just watching the game, we get a little silly on the side.
And last night we talked to Glass now.
Yeah.
Miggy Rowe just got an extension.
Had some hot boys hopping. Yeah, Miggy Rowe. A little 2-year, $10 million. Whoops. That's in the bank account. And yeah, Glass
Florida
now.
Taxes.
Glass now being one of the more ridiculous humans on the planet. As he announced to us that Cole Tucker was playing a set as a drummer with Dr. Phil's son. So if you're one of the people that likes that kind of information, you're going to like the live stream.
Oh, I actually talked to Rosie today. I was talking about his Rolodex. I said, it's got to be pretty deep. And he mentioned a guy that he's going to try to call tonight that's pretty famous.
Big fish.
Big fish. And there's some... there's a reason for it. It's not just a random famous person. It's like it means something to the World Series.
Okay. So there's a little teaser.
Be on the lookout.
Trev, I know you were placing some bets last night, a little poker night. You were watching the game with the fellas. What's on your mind?
Well, the first part of the game is what's on my mind.
Yeah.
I was home for that, just watching it with everybody, and boom. I mean, Electric Factory. Jorge Soler's like, hey, do you guys remember me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm really good. And then, the Braves' ability to kind of like get Framber down in counts. They were taking some good pitches.
Yeah.
Like those pitches down, the sinkers down. They were getting it into hitters' counts. By being selective and then doing damage when they got into hitters counts. It was quick. It felt like a decisive blow. Like the 2-0 lead felt insurmountable almost. It was a weird feeling because I usually don't get that when you're playing the Astros in particularly. But it just felt like they were in control of the game from, I guess, the first batter.
Yeah.
Did you have that feeling?
Yeah, and I think the other feeling was, the Astros, I think that feeling came in after bottom of the one where Astros loaded the bases and Morton, it seemed like he lost his spot. And then, Charlie Morton turns into the story for a totally different reason. But yeah, they cleared, they had the bases full, they get nothing, and then, line drives at a couple guys, ball goes off Morton, which we find out more about that later. Our guy Odo dropped some dick in this game. Let's go.
He did. He really did.
Trev, so we'll burn through the game so we can get to all the talking points, and then we'll preview tonight's game a little bit. And I guess, there's some big topics that have come out, like, with Morton being out, how that changes the series, and all that jazz. So let's get into it. But before we do that, Trev, let's talk about your sex life.
Let's talk about it.
Different kind of burning.
Yeah, well.
No, that's not what we're doing.
If that's happening,
that's the way I
DM BBD if you're feeling burned.
Okay.
If you're having trouble with your downstairs mix-up, I would talk to Roman.
Yeah.
They are a company that has helped specialize in getting you, Roman, ready. GetRoman.com/Talkin. And if you're having any ED type issues, which are common, 52% of men between the ages of 40 and 70 will experience some form of ED. Think about that.
Are there like 60-year-old dudes out there that just don't need anything?
I think so.
I'd take the over on 1.5, but
okay.
I guess here's my thing.
I'm trying to end the stigma, bro. We don't need to have a stigma about this.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you know what I mean?
We have smart people that you can talk to. If you hit up Roman, they will get you in touch with a specialist to see if it's for you. And, think about that. Do you want to look back on 5-10 years and be like, oh, so I could have been having really nice boners and I haven't been?
Really nice ones.
Dude, a nice bone piece. There's not a lot more special than that.
We can all agree on that.
So that's why if you're having some troubles, you should reach out. Talk to Get Roman. GetRoman.com/Talkin. They'll get you in touch with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and get you $15 off your first month of treatment. Boom. And man, the people at Roman are good people. I forgot we went to a Yankees game with some of their people earlier this year. Yeah. Good folks. Go check them out. GetRoman.com/Talkin today. Get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have the confidence and control this fall. Get Roman ready. Like if you're the first batter of the World Series, you might want to be Roman ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
And we've all been there. We've all been out of the lineup for a little while. First time you knew you were getting an opportunity. Soler was ready.
You're going to want to swing the big stick. Thank you, Roman. Let's get it, Beebs.
Let's burn this thing down.
Jake, on your market set, burn.
We're headed to H-Town, Funky Town, Space City for the Fall Classic as the Astros, and Framber is the color of their energy with their Thick King taking the bump against the National League champs. Your Atlanta Braves would try to salt away a victory with Charlie Morton. Top one, Houston, known for their oil and gas, and boy, do they hate Soler power. Jorge Soler, first ever home run to start a World Series. 1-0 Braves, make it 2. Those peaches on the hot corner. Young, thick Austin Riley with the RBI double. It's 2-0. Soler with the RBI fielder's choice. And then old thick Adam Duvall, 2-run ding dong. It's 5-0 Braves. Charlie Morton started to roll, and then, oh no, how's your broken leg? Liner back to him. 2.1 shutty for Charlie. We're into the pen, but they would be mint. AJ Minter with 2.2 for them. Luke Jackson, ooh, he's back. Good for him, 1.2 shutty. Matzik, Will Smith. Astros push 2 across from McCormick and Correa on groundouts, but that's all they'd get, man. Braves, they take game 1 in Houston, 6-2 final. Huh.
Old thick.
I mean, Adam Duvall, you know,
He's thicky.
he's not slim fit.
I like that you said, I think it was yesterday,
Yeah.
Adam Duvall, you're always on the Braves. That wasn't yesterday. It was a couple days ago. You're always on the Braves.
Is it wrong?
That was your pump-up speech, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
it's kind of like, you know, if you're going back to the same bar or wherever you frequent, you want the people there to like you. So Adam Duvall, you're kind of a lifetime Braves contract at this point. I think that's how it works. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know. Trev, where do you want to start off? I mean, we probably have to start off with Soler, the first ever leadoff home run to kick off a World Series.
Vicious swing.
Dude, awesome. We said on the live stream it looked like a when they do the batting practice cutscenes before a game and you just see a guy put a charge into one and you're like, nice, batting practice. That's kind of what it looked like. Big boy, I again will demand that he's on your hot boy list. 6'5", handsome, not just a tall guy who gets by on being tall. Like, he's good looking, tall, and he's got the swag. And then, yeah, Chris Rose, well, we were laughing our faces off because he was expecting a phone call all day that he had to take. And, of course, they called right before the first inning. Right before first pitch, Soler homers, baseball history. That's like Chris Rose's favorite thing in the world. So, yeah, man, I mean, and I don't know if you believe in juju or if you just believe in going up 1-0 and getting the early lead, but, like, the Braves magic kind of continues into the, first couple pitches of the game.
It was incredible. It was incredible. I have can you hear that outside right now, or am I good?
You're good, baby.
I love this. This is incredible. I'm so worried about it all the time. Yeah, first of all, I didn't know Soler was 6'4". You said 6'5". He's listed at 6'4". I'll give him 6'5". I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Spikes, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing that jumps out now is that we always talk about Houston and how difficult it is to go down there and play. Now, I believe the stat is 5 home games in a row for the Astros, losses in the World Series.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what's going on there. I don't really get it.
Man, there's some weird the home field stats that are going around. Like, I don't think a team has won the World Series on their home field since the 2013 Dodgers. I saw that stat going around. And yeah, I mean that Nats Houston series where the road team won every game, I mean, that's kind of thrown everything off its kilter. So I don't know. And I mean, this game came in Morton with the experience, but Framber with the nasty last start. And you were saying, Trev, like, dude, Atlanta was all over Framber.
They were.
All over.
They were. They were just being selective. Like, they were taking good pitches. It looked like they really were focusing on tunneling him up and getting that pitch up. And they did a good job of that. And then there was that at bat, I think it was to Duvall, where he just started throwing the bender, the big curve.
Yeah.
And he started to rely on that pitch. But I think they just did a really good job of getting into hitters' counts and then doing damage when they needed to. It was an impressive game by the Braves. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Obviously, we have the Morton stuff kind of hanging over there. But to go out and take game 1 in Houston is so big for them.
Yeah, so that's, the Braves go up 5-0 in this game, and you hope, hey, maybe October's going to rear its head, and maybe we're going to get a crazy classic game. That doesn't pan out, and I guess, what becomes the storyline is Charlie Morton, who line drive off of him, kicks off, they get the out, He keeps pitching, strikes out McCormick. Maldonado lines out, strikes out Altuve, and then you see the twist of the leg. People online are wondering, was that an Achilles? Is that his knee? Like, what just happened? And then the tweet comes out about 10, 15 minutes later that it's broken fibula, fractured fibula. So, like, that's insane. Talk about adrenaline being one of the craziest drugs on the planet. My goodness. But yeah, I think everyone's just sitting there kind of thinking, all right, well, the Braves have to win this game because you're up 5-0 and you just lost one of your best players. And then everyone's thinking if the Braves lost last night, I think everyone would be saying they're dead. They just lost Morton. They lost a game. They were up 5-0. Like, we'd be saying, like, Braves, it was fun. Like, congratulations, Houston. Now, everyone, and I think everyone was thinking this for the last 6 innings, it's kind of like, what's the Braves' plan the rest of the way? Because we love Fried. Ion deserves even more love, but Charlie Morton was supposed to be, 2, if not 3, important starts in this series if it went 7.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to go game 5 if he was still here. Maybe game 4 if they needed him to. But so, I mean, they were going to have a bullpen game. Now it looks like they're going to have 2 bullpen games unless they can rely on who can give them starts. Smiley.
Yeah.
Webb, I think, is an option. Is he? Well, they haven't announced who's going to be replacing yet, have they?
I don't believe we know yet.
Because Webb's not even on the roster, I don't think. So he'd be an addition. Wright, could he, throw some innings for them? Is Chavez going to have to eat a bunch of innings? I mean, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I think getting the victory, like you said, was paramount. I mean, I agree the narrative and the overall feeling of the series would have been absolutely different had, the Astros come back and done that. But like I said earlier, it just felt like it was over from the first inning on. Once they got out of that first inning, it never felt like the game was close.
Yeah. Yeah, and hey, kudos to the Braves for doing that after Framber. Last time we saw Framber on the mound, it was 8 innings, 1 earney against the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, man, and they're just, I mean, the storylines, and it's kind of why sports are beautiful. And I always say when I fill out an NCAA bracket, I just go storylines. Like, if there's a potential second-round matchup where a coach would be playing his old school, like, just line that up, because that's kind of how sports work. But, man, like, Soler, and Rosie was all over this, if Soler doesn't get COVID, does Eddie Rosario start games last series? He probably sure doesn't win the series MVP, and instead he does. Now Soler's back DHing in H-Town, Funky Town, Space City, and he goes ding-dong off the rip and, 2 for 5 game, and just, like, not a dude you want to pitch to right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the mentality that they have said they've been taking all year long. I mean, it's next man up, and that's a cliche sports thing, but it's true. I mean, even in like September, say, not even in any particular team, like sometimes there's these guys that are going to get chances. We saw it with who's our guy for the Cubs? Patrick Wisdom, the other guy, Frank
Schwindel.
They sell off. This guy gets an opportunity and goes off. I mean, same thing happens with injuries throughout the year with the Braves, and now Morton's down. Who's going to step up?
Glad our Cubbies are getting some love on this episode. And hey, Braves bullpen kind of does it again. Minter 2.2.
Minter, huh?
One Ernie. I mean, but you'll still take that. 43 pitches. He's probably the only guy out for tonight for the Braves. Luke Jackson with the bounce back. 1.2, 1 hit, no earned runs.
Yes.
3 Ks,
Huge.
no walks. Good for him, and like he needs to be a factor in this series, especially now. Charlie Morton, if you're piecing the puzzle together for 2 games, like, he needs to be a factor, and good for him, man. You want to be a major leaguer, like, good for him. Matzik does get touched up a little bit. He gives up an earned run. I'm interested to see later in this series if that matters. And then Will Smith, another clean outing, which was like the Braves' biggest fear coming into this. So shout out to them. And on the other side of it, like Houston's bullpen and our guy Oda Rizzi, 2.15 Ks. Watch out, Odo. Throwing, he had a little Lance Lynn action going on. The fastballs were cutting in and out. He was dotting. Ump was giving him a little corner, but good. That's our guy.
A little bit.
Let's go. That's our guy, Odo. So, good job, both sides of the bullpen, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, Atlanta's going to have to continue to step up, and fatigue is going to, I mean, it's already settled in for these guys. They're running on pure adrenaline, but they are going to have to make up some innings, man.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously going to be a huge storyline when we get to, even game 3. I mean, we're okay for tonight. Max is going to do his thing, and we can, if we have to bring in the same guys, our main guys, the Lukes, the Matsicks, the Will Smiths, again, I think they're hoping they don't have to use those guys tonight.
Yeah, it gets really interesting, and I think we can almost start segueing into the next game, because we also talked about this on the live stream. Jimbo, who just entered the room. Let's go.
Oh,
hello.
Boom, boom, boom.
Hello.
We were talking.
We've been missing you.
Kind of like breakdown style, like what any crazy missed ump calls, anything like that. The wildest things we had were Yuli scrambling on the ground, and Stanek was the other one.
Stanek.
So yeah, I don't know. How you doing, Jimmy?
And the fact that Morton pitched on a fractured leg, but that's not like there was no fan in the crowd with cane. It was just a baseball game. I'm not knocking it anyway. Rose was just asking, like, is there any weird takeaway? There wasn't really.
Okay. How you doing?
I'm good. Just delivered the baby.
Yeah?
It's walking.
You delivered the baby
awesome.
and it's walking.
Car ride here.
Awesome car ride. Legendary car ride.
So you got to walk home.
Memorable.
Right? I need the car.
You got to walk home.
Yeah.
Got to get tough.
Hard knock life.
That's how we did it. Well, that's
New York.
huge.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Life-changing news.
Congratulations.
Especially for the baby.
Jimmer, anything else you want to give on this game? Looking back at Houston, Altuve 0 for 5, Bregman 0 for 4, Correa 0 for 3.
I haven't taken in any media besides talking to you and Rosie.
The star.
But I haven't listened to any other shows, or I haven't even seen tweets or anything. I don't know the public's opinion on Morton. Obviously, it's terrible, and I feel bad for him that he's hurt. But my takeaway is that because the Braves won, I don't think it really changes the rest of the series as much as if the Braves had lost this game. So I don't know if you guys talked about that. I don't know Trev's opinion on it.
We did a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay.
I think the general feeling of the series would be completely different if they went out and lost. Like, I actually do think it was important that they got this first game, and I think it does kind of set the tone for the series, especially the way they did it. They just came out and bashed them real early.
Yeah. There's been teams out there that has an ace. Cliff Lee with the Rangers. If you lose the Cliff Lee games, you fucked. You kind of need him to win you too. That wasn't Morton. And if you had to choose a pitcher, I would have probably chose Fried. So the fact they won and they only need 3 more, and they have a bullpen day. Like if they win the bullpen day, that's awesome. And then also Ion and Fried. One of those guys wins 2 or whatever. So it really doesn't change unless it goes 7, and then I'll be like, damn, really wish we had Morton. But if it ends in 6 either way, I don't think it's going to affect. Yeah, I think if this series ends in 6, no one can point to Morton's injury as a reason for it going whatever way it went.
The only thing is just an additional time that those guys had to eat innings, and Minter going as long as he did, and Matzik kind of getting more exposure and all that stuff. So I think Charlie, we could have seen him go into the 6th easily yesterday and save some of that. But
obviously,
I see what you're saying.
But I was listening to Towing the Slab on the way in before I delivered the baby, and
nice.
James Smythe had a stat on there that 54% of the innings pitched in the postseason this year have been by relief pitchers. The highest it's ever been. It's never been above 50. Which I think that should be a stat that MLB looks at and says we should probably change this. But 54%, and now what happened yesterday with both pitchers coming out early, it's probably higher. We're probably up to 55, 56. So that's a crazy stat.
Math pod.
Yeah, does that count like Urias when he was the bulk guy?
Yeah.
I guess that counts him as a reliever.
Yeah, out of the pen. I'm guessing is how
Yeah.
the easiest way to
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah,
that's
that's
going to ask
definitely-
when
yeah.
they've used straight up openers.
But still, it's
But I
it's
think
the
that probably
point.
evens out.
And like, Joel Sherman, I was laughing, I was debating, just got real tired at the end, was in my Uber ride home. I was like, should I tweet out? Should I mix it up with the people and see what everyone's got? Kind of didn't have the heart. And what sunk the ship finally for me is like I was looking for some World Series content on the Twitter sphere, and Joel Sherman, our guy, does a lot of Yankee stuff, MLB. He ends up a little bit in the deep end sometimes, but his article after Game 1 of the World Series was the starting pitcher is dead. So it was a little alarmist, but a little true. I mean, we'll find out how much missing Charlie
As we
Morton-
know it.
Yeah, we'll find out how much Charlie Morton missing this series dictates things the rest of the way. I don't know. I think that's kind of Game 1. Albies with the steal early was nice. Dansby tagging up and Tucker kind of being...
What's up with
What's that?
that throw from Tucker? Is he known for having a poor arm? Because he was like 200 feet away. Like that should be an easy pitch and catch right there. Dansby should have been absolutely hosed.
I got a little nerdy on
Wasn't.
this. I think Kyle Tucker, nothing he does is smooth. Well, I think the word Rose used was
His swing is
mechanical. But nothing, when they see a player and you're like, oh, he's a natural. He glides. He's smooth.
Sure.
Doesn't look cool.
Yeah, I don't think Tucker's wired that way. And yeah, there's a couple nerdy accounts I follow on the internet. And they said he caught it about 230 feet out, which is right around the borderline if you should go or not. And it was fun. I think it was the Braves being up. It's Ron Washington aggressive. It's Dansby wanting to make an impact. And it's kind of like, okay, if the throw is there, you're probably going to get him, but you're still going to be up, 4 or 5 runs or whatever it was at that point. And then, Tucker, that's not what he's known for. So, but yeah, I mean, if that throw, if it was 8 feet up the line, if it's anywhere from 7 feet or less, I think Dansby's meat.
Go home, says Wash.
Go home.
I love all the love Wash is getting. First,
Jimmy
it
to
was
his
with
baby.
sending everybody. Now it's with the short hops and every infielder working with him
Yeah.
before games. Dallas Braden tweeted out them doing the drill before the game and then Ozzie making the play. I mean, muscle memory. There's a lot of kids out there that still don't think practice is like a thing. It's like when you see
I
the
said-
big leaguers doing it at that level nonstop, it's pretty cool.
I said that on C Rose this morning with C Rose, excuse me. It's always funny to me when people show the clips of, the coaches working with players and people are like, oh my God, like they're working. It's like, well, yeah, dude, like you have to do all that stuff. Like, Eric Young taking the balls off the wall. Like every single outfield coach goes to the outfield and throws balls, off the wall and takes the outfielders out there. Paul Molitor would walk the lines and he'd take the guys that would bunt and he'd roll the ball down the line and say, look, here it's going. If you get it in the dirt, it's foul. If you get it in the dirt, it hugs the line, because they all play differently. So, I mean, there's so much work that goes on. It's always funny to me that people are so surprised that guys are working on things. It's a job.
It's a job.
Yeah, I think the people want it. People want to believe it comes naturally, and that's why they're not good at it.
Okay.
Put in the work.
Yeah, you stick a camera crew out there at any time before BP, you're going to see a bunch of silly stuff going on.
Silliest thing you've ever seen. Go.
Souza got the nickname Souzbot because he would put these glasses on, they're goggles, and they're strobe lighted. So they like black it out, open it up, black it out, open it up. So he would take like wiffle ball batting practice with these things out on the field, and people just like made fun of him all the time. But it's good. It's a training tool.
Okay.
Joe Mauer used weighted gloves to hit in the cage.
That.
He was in the cage 5-10 minutes, but he would use these weighted.
Does that make more sense than donuts?
I don't know.
To say.
Does anything make sense?
Well, they say
Whatever
quick hands. They
works
say
for
quick hands. Don't say quick bat.
Well, speaking of
There you
having
go.
a quick bat, how about a dugout mug? That's a quick bat for me. Pour my awesome shooters in there, beer sandwiches, energy drinks, water, milk, whatever you like to drink, you can put it in your dugout mug. And guess what? They now have their metal dugout mug. We got this Yankees one right here. Ooh, baby. Keep your drink hot, keep your drink cold. And at dugoutmugs.com with code Jomboy, they are 35% off. And they also have their inked out dugout mugs. I've got a Braves one right here. World Series champs in 6? 43% off to the next Hyundai customers who buy one. And you don't even need the discount code. That's automatic. For the metal ones and the regular dugout mugs you've seen, it is code Jomboy, 35% off. You've seen us drinking them on the stream. Trev's got his knobby shot right there. We were popping the knob shot. Trev, can you pop one for us? You've never popped. I don't know if you've popped one on here before. I mean,
it's a great sound.
That kind of contradicts the Roman ad because that did enough for me. But dugoutmugs.com, code Jomboy, 35% off. It's their better than Black Friday deal. Go check them out. Get it ordered before Black Friday because they get a ton of orders. So they get backed up and stuff. So they're giving this to you now.
Did Trev call ex-teammate Soyoshi?
I haven't yet. He's my guy, though.
Soyoshi. How's it? Nishioka?
Nishioka, yeah.
Soyoshi Nishioka
Mm-hmm.
fractured his tibula. Call him
Yeah,
right now
Nick
and
Swisher.
ask him.
Nick Swisher broke up a double play.
Wow.
Broke his leg. Once that happened, he was done over here. He never recovered.
It's a bummer.
That part's sad.
He wasn't really doing well before it, though.
He didn't really care though. Like he cared that he didn't do well, but he's like, I'm gonna go back to Japan, and he went back there and like was an all-star there, and just continued being like a freaking rock star.
I always respect
He's
that.
very famous in Japan, like very famous.
I always love the you'll see a lot of those like Argentinian basketball players that are like they'll come to the NBA when they're 34 because they're like, well, screw it.
Might as well.
Like I could have came when I was 27, but I don't know. I had a pretty nice thing going here.
Yeah.
Why even bother with it?
Try it now, but
Yeah. Speaking of Game 2 tonight, Trev's guy Max Fried versus Jimmy's beard champ Jose Urquidy. And what I do think is an important game too. I mean, I'm surprised the betting line just popped up. It said Houston is the favorite in this game. I don't know. I think we've seen how many of these series have we seen our emotions change with a snap. You know, the Red Sox go 1-1. They go up 2-1. It's over. Houston, then they made it 2-2, and it's like, oh, is this back? I think we have one of those games in the biggest way tonight. I think we're feeling good about the Braves because they did win the Morton game. If they lost it, I think we'd all be here saying, like, well, it's kind of over. Like, they lost Morton and the game. They lost a big lead. Instead, it's the Braves with Max Fried on the mound versus Urquidy. Like, this is a pitching matchup that, as of right now, clearly favors the Braves. And, man, like, if they leave Houston feeling the 2-0 magic with the Soler leadoff homer and all of their magic, I don't know. So, Trev, Jim's watching the double play right now. He's getting the heebie-jeebies. Watching Swish slide into second. So I guess we'll get Jim's take on that first, and then we'll go on to it.
Bad play. Yeah. I'm trying to see if Plouffe, did you play in this game?
I don't remember.
Trying to see if maybe you came through, for him.
I don't remember if I was there. I don't think I was there, but maybe I was there.
Okay. He played like the next week on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is kind of surprising to me.
Tough one.
Morton pitched on
it. Then was he done after that for a while? I don't really remember how this went down.
And then he came back. He finished out the year, finished out September until September. He was bad, so I think he kind of got benched. And then, I don't know. Yeah.
So we're not ruling out more in the rest of the series.
Well,
I think his was a fracture. I don't know. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah, nothing.
Tsuyoshi.
Set up the game pretty good, though. Get better, Tsuyoshi.
Okay.
What do you got, Trev?
What's the line? You said they were a favorite?
What I'm seeing right now is Houston minus 121.
I love the Braves tonight, but I think it's almost like a fool's bet. Like, just somehow I feel like the Astros are going to make this a 1-1 series. It's been that way all playoffs. They don't care that they're down 1-0. I think Max does pitch well. Urquidy, I don't know. What do we expect out of him? You can't really say one way or the other. But the Braves lineup is hot. I don't know, man. Like, this series is so tough for me. I said it from the get-go. Like, trying to pick between these two teams is really tough. But I do, obviously, I love what Max is going to be able to do. He's been lights out. They don't really particularly hit lefties well. And I got 6 for Maxie today. 6 going 2 earned runs. The Jimmy stat.
Huge.
Give him a chance.
That would be cool, but if he's tipping it anyway, then all these games are just blowouts that the Astros play. Like, if I'm just, it's not even against Max Fried. If you just guess how the series go, I'd say the Astros probably put up 5 in the first 3 innings, and then it's boring, and then maybe it's exciting for 2 seconds in the 8th.
I like it. I kind of feel the same way. I don't think he'll be tipping pitches today. I think the 2 things that we talked about with Max coming today was that the game against the Dodgers, he was off mechanically a little bit. He was rushing his lower half and his arm was behind. And then 2, there might be some stuff with his glove. And I think that both of those things have been brought to his attention. I think he'll fix both of those things. And if he does that, then we could see Fried carving up some dudes. Even though this Astros lineup is that potent, like, Max is that guy.
Yeah, Fried is kind of the story, right? He's one of the few starters that can kind of dominate a game left in this series. And, underrated. Like, sometimes we do get caught up and talk about Max Fried like a friend, but he finished this year 28 starts, a 3.04 ERA. You said it. He was the second, one of the best starters in baseball the second half of the season. And yeah, I guess, I don't know. I really drank the Kool-Aid on your, Max Fried, an LA boy back in LA. And when you see those videos come out on the internet immediately that are like, yeah, he was rushing his motion pretty good. So I know that's coming back to him. We'll find out with tip and stuff, but yeah, his 2 starts before LA, which is still the Dodgers in LA. It was 6 innings, 2 earned run against the Dodgers, and then he was 6 shut against Milwaukee. So I don't know. I believe in Fried, but I also believed in Framber and Morton last night, and slightly different situations there.
Yeah, I'm tapped out on predictions because I have no idea how any of these games.
I was just gonna say that. This series is tough. It's hard to predict anything because both these teams. You have the Braves who are just red hot on offense. You have the Astros lineup that is, unworldly, but then you have guys that can go do it on the mound too. I'm sick of predictions too, Jim. I am sick of it. I'm here to enjoy a game, enjoy the rest of the series, see what happens. Talk about some fun stuff, but predicting's just too tough right now.
Urquidy.
BBD, who do you got?
BBD.
let's make you sweat a little bit.
Astros in 6. Or Braves in 6. Braves in 6.
Whoa.
Or Braves in 6 pot.
No, tonight though. I want to hear your thoughts. Give me a score. Give me a prediction.
Ooh. So I also don't like the prediction game. But Astros, I don't see them losing both at home.
I know.
So feels like can't get to Braves in 6 without Astros winning 1. So I don't know, Astros 6-4.
Jorge Soler's height. Urquidy, 1 outing this postseason, 1.25 earned.
Not good.
He's rested, and he had a very solid regular season. So interested there. I mean, I think you heard it in Jimmy's voice. I mean, we're just hoping for. It sounds like a cliche, but you're hoping for good games. Would love a good game.
Yeah.
Exciting at the
end. What do you think's going on with Altuve defensively?
I don't know, man. He's just hot and cold. Jekyll and Hyde.
It's shaky. I don't understand.
But he's making good plays. Like it's not like every challenging play. Like he's still making. He's across the board. Like he's botching easy plays. He's making hard plays.
To me, that's all mental then, because those plays that you see are deemed difficult. You're not thinking about that. You're just going after it. And then the ones that are, more routine, it's in his head a little bit. And like, I guess that's a storyline.
We saw that last postseason too. I mean, that was right around your Ron Darling, Trevor Plouffe got a lot of good takes. Altuve in that Tampa series last year had the routine plays were killing him. Then he started mashing, and then he made a couple good plays, and then he was back. So, man, God, I hope
the play with Albies there. He just like hesitated just a little bit, and like you just see it in his eyes. He's like, "Fuck."
Has Ron Darling seen your tweet yet?
What tweet?
I like reading Trevor Plouffe stuff. He's got a lot of good takes.
A lot of Braves people were not happy with Ron Darling. They said he was rooting for the Dodgers.
Mets fans truly hate the Braves. You kind of forget. Like I think the Mets have kind of been the Mets for a little bit. That you forget. Like our guy Jolly Olive, Shea Station. He does his own videos. Mets fan. He was like very sad about this World Series. He's like, I've got the same stuff everybody has with Houston, and I just really hate the Braves. I'm ready for the World Series to be over. And I was like, damn, that's real.
Damn,
I like it because he doesn't hate the Yankees really. Like Jolly and I, it's just like
no.
It's just more like whatever.
When the Mets are good, the Braves are supposed to be their 1-1 rival.
And for a lot of people that in that age demographic, the whole time, Braves have been pretty much always been among the best teams in that division, if not the best.
We went through it. The Braves as a franchise are like underrated. They're one of the best franchises in sports. Like they are constantly good.
They had 3 years of kind of bottoming out, but
and they look like they're lined up. So,
Trev, I have an interesting line of questioning here for you.
Here we go.
Oh, gosh.
Did Luke Hughes make you hate Australian baseball players, and that's kind of why you and Moylan are butting heads so much?
Luke Hughes and I, that was one of my best friends in the Twins organization.
Okay, he follows me on Twitter, so it adds up. Okay.
Yeah.
When our dude Yoshi got hurt, Hughes got the call over you.
Yeah. He hit a home run his first at bat.
So I just didn't know if you
I think against Scherzer.
hated his guts.
No. I came up shortly after that, I think.
Okay.
No, he was one of my really good buddies. We played together all in the minor leagues. I have some really funny stories about that guy that are not suitable for the air.
Because he's Australian.
Yeah, that's not on you.
Seen him in the shower?
Oh, yeah? Little anteater?
Someone asked in the chat how... Actually, no, he wasn't one of the only ones. Someone asked me how many people I've showered with in my lifetime. Oh, plus or minus 400. I don't know.
Let's see.
I bet that's right around the number 400.
Good line.
I guess people that don't play sports ever, that's out. I mean, did you ever play sports where you showered with people, Jake?
I mean, there's gym classes like back in our day.
But no one got naked in high school.
We didn't have. Yeah,
In
I
shower,
never did
gym
until pro
class.
ball.
Opinion.
Did they?
Some people did, yeah. It was like that kind of like, are you comfortable with yourself? Not a lot of teenagers were. Yeah, baseball, hockey, not really.
I guess it's not that many sports on the youth level.
Yeah.
It's a bonding experience. Towards the end of my career, I looked forward to shower time with the
Fun.
boys.
Men's league hockey,
You know?
we do it because it's just like it's usually a shitty
It's a
shower
gym.
in the rink and showers. What you can do?
When a place has nice showers, let me tell you, that makes your day. Nice water
No,
pressure.
no. Men's hockey rinks usually don't have nice
Mm.
showers. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, minor leagues don't usually, but then
It's
you
like
know,
that
start
thing where
getting
the
to
outer rings
show.
are misting you, and then there's one stream that's just darting you. It's like, that's what our shower in the other office when I shower in there is.
Trev, was there like a clubhouse in the show that was known for the best shower, best visiting shower?
Oh yeah, best visiting clubhouse shower. Great question,
That's a
BBD.
Great question. Great question. Trying to think like, Houston has good showers. Yeah, Houston has good
how they
showers.
get
They're
you
real
comfy.
tall.
How many things were in your
Yeah.
shower caddy bag? I feel like you probably had a lot of stuff, a lot of loofahs, lotions.
You know, I didn't travel with much. It's pretty much stocked there at the show level. Some guys would bring like their own shampoo and stuff. I didn't really care for that. I'd bring, you didn't need anything. It's stocked, Jim.
Beautiful.
Hotel.
It's hard to bring, usually you just use the cloths that they have there.
Do you shave
take
in the
care of you.
clubhouse?
Yeah. There's always a barber there.
So you got shaved.
You could really get done up if you wanted to. I mean, it's a nice little
treat.
thing. Yankee Stadium showers. Let me think about Yankee Stadium visiting showers. I mean, they're good. It's nice.
Okay.
There's a little corner you can get into. It's kind of like the
We
handicap
should get this
stall.
shit
That's
on
like the
Yelp.
primo.
Clubhouse showers,
Yeah,
like players should leave Yelp reviews so the public can see, and it can be under their name. Like we can scroll right now from 2015, and it could be say Trevor Plouffe, and you could say that the red showers were shitty.
Were the red showers shitty? Not great. Kind of small area.
Limited area.
I'll have to go back into my brain and talk about showers. Oh my gosh, Boston, as you can imagine, just brutal. There's not even it's a weird thing. There's no door that separates the locker room from the bathroom, so there's just like a shower curtain. And there's media in there like doing interviews, and you're just naked besides a shower curtain. So it's fun. It's fun.
Good times.
It's fun.
You get to be comfortable with your body. Yeah.
Can't wait. All right. How was the burn, BBD?
Oh, you'd have loved it.
Okay, missed out.
He called Adam Duvall old thick,
Oh,
which I like.
that's good.
You're always on the Braves.
Yeah.
Good
He's always on the Braves.
good solar power to
Can you
oil and gas
give-
in Houston joke.
That was good. Can I challenge you to something?
Which one of us?
Can you give the Astros a pump up speech tonight?
Might. If that's what you want.
I think they need it.
I'll talk to the boys.
Always on the
Can't
Braves.
Big game.
It's funny. It's 3 years, 2.5 years. Does feel like it.
Didn't get there till 29, but always on the Braves.
He's always on the Braves.
You don't remember San Francisco Giant Adam Duvall?
The legend.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't either.
Old thick.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Not
See you at the
bad.
live stream tonight.
Or Jomboy Joins Radio very soon.
Led the NL and RBIs this year. Adam Duvall. Wow, that's bold.
He's in.
Check sucks.
He also led the NL in had sacrificed flies in 2017, so he was already in.
2 bolts?
2 bolts. 2 bold Duval.
Old bit.